And welcome back, g'day peeps, something about vaping here. Today I'm going to do a nice little quick review and a rebuild for a coil. Now I'm going to show you the Crown 4 and rewicking, save a few bucks because of the mesh coil. Now you'll tend to get quite a few more uses out of the mesh before it is not good anymore, and I'm just going to show you how to give it a rewick because the cotton will go bad before the coil does. Now it's all about saving money in a way, staying off the ciggies. This is a way to save a few more bucks and reduce waste. So a little bit of a kick for the environment, saving a bit of waste on throwing these out prematurely when you can fix them. So let's have a little bit of a look at the Crown 4. Now I am more of a, I guess you'd call it a builder, you know. I like my big Bilfy coil RDAs, but I was convinced to buy the Crown 4. Do not regret, very nice. Now this is the Crown 4, easy to take apart, half a turn, top comes off, nice big fill ports. I like the way the tank comes off straight from the top, just pull it and you can slide it straight over. Now there is where you put your coil, 3 airflow slots. Obviously whatever you change on one side will be the same on all. It's got a 510 standard drip tip, but this one is a wide one, will fit most of your custom drip tips on with O-rings. Now the airflow is quite stiff, it adjusts quite well. Comes in many colours, this is the black. Does come with a straight glass as well, but if you're liking tanks, or if you're like me and someone's just telling you to go out and do it, I do recommend it. The mesh coils on this are quite nice, and with the bubble glass it looks really nice. I'll just sit it on my build stand for now. I have mentioned this build stand in another video before. This is build stand made in South Australia by a company called the Nebula Theory. Now they custom make them. I got this as a custom order. She hadn't done one this tall and like this before, and I love the way it's turned out. So check out Kylie at the Nebula Theory and she will help you out with tank stands, build stands, whatever you kind of want in your resin cast. She will have you sorted out with that one. So let's put that aside for the second. Now we're going to get on to my specialty, the rewick. So let's see if I can, hopefully the focus likes me today. That's your Crown 4 coil with the mesh on the inside. Apparently this is the part where the condensation will get sucked from the bottom when it happens back into the cotton. Now I have noticed that there hasn't been much condensation at the bottom of the Crown 4 at all, so it must work a little bit. Alright, so get your tools. Ceramic tweezers are always handy, or a flathead screwdriver. Just pull off that pin I call it, it's the positive connection. Now be careful not to bend this wire too much, because these are the leads. Ooh, come on, they're the leads, and you can't change those. Now when I find a way to put and change your own mesh in here, I will, but you'll see soon why that tends to be a little bit challenging. Now pulling out this, just give it a poke around the sides, try not to bend it too much. Loosen up that cotton, pull out that coil, don't rush it too much, nice and easy. It's in there quite good, so you just take your time, be nice and gentle with it, and it will forgive you and come out. And you got that around there. Now this is in good nick, and I will have to rebend it, but as you can see, it's got these posts. Ooh, as you can see, it's got these posts against the mesh. Now when I find a way to do that myself, I'm going to make my own mesh coils too. So now pull out with your tweezers all the cotton that you can in there, and there will be the one on the outside there because it's sandwiched between the two parts. So that's what it will look like on the inside. Let's get on the rest. So what I'm going to do is leave this, that'll be fine. You can give it a wash, but then you have to let it dry. I'm going to leave it a little bit juicy. Get your mesh. I'm just going to spread it out again. I've got a bit of sticky fingers. This is just a jar of water, and this is quite clean, but what you can do, hold it by one of the legs with your pair of tweezers, and if it is a bit gunky, just get a blowtorch. And I've got to do this without burning everything, and just heat it up, burn the gunk off, drop it in some water, do that a couple of times, and you'll find all the gunk is gone. Now mine wasn't gunky to begin with, but that is how you do. That is how you do. Dry the mesh off with a paper towel, something, hairdryer, just make it nice and dry. Throw away the crud. Alright, this is what you're left with. Now, what I like to use for this part is the Japanese kendo kind cotton. This one I've got from Wicking Wire. These are the pads. The pads. They work really well for doing rewicks. So I've lost my mesh. There it is. I lost it. Someone else can see it. So you want to go about the same as the mesh, which is so about that long. I'm just going to give it a toot so I can see where to cut it. Although that didn't work too well. Let's go on this side. So we want it the length of that mesh. And just cut a strip off. Try to stay the same width. Don't go smaller, thicker. Try to cut it straight as you can. And you've got some mesh, some cotton. Fuck. Where's my brain today? There we go. Now, what you can do is just either take it in half, or this is quite good. I'm not actually going to change this. It's a nice cotton. Sometimes the outer layer is really hard. This one's actually pretty nice. So I'm going to leave it as is. It's kind of thick actually. I'm going to take one of the end layers off. Just like that. Just take that strip off. And that's the side I'm going to put on the wicking area. Now you're going to need something to rebend that with so you're looking, if you've got the profile, there's this tool. I think it was a 4mm, so it's about 4mm there. Just make a nice curve back in that mesh. Try to keep it straight without touching them together. It might be a bit bigger than 4mm, actually. It might be 4.5. So I'm going to first go over the big part, and then I'm just going to roll it like up and back with my finger, and that'll actually put the curve in there, just like that. Perfect. So now we've got the curve in. Really you want something the perfect diameter for this, but I don't at the moment, so let's see if I can find something a little bit better. This is 4mm here. It's bigger than 4, unfortunately. So you're probably going to need a 5, maybe a screwdriver might be big enough that you might have. But that's alright. So I'm just going to put it this way here, hold the legs, grab my cotton, and just hold it and wrap it. Not too tight, but not too loose. See, that's a little bit loose on that spot, so I'm just going to let it a little tauter. And you want it about 2 thick without going over, about 2 wraps. That's about, yeah, that's 2 wraps everywhere. I've come to the next part. In fact, that might be a little bit too much. So just unwrap it. Make sure you're holding those legs, otherwise it's just going to keep spinning around on you. What I'm going to do is just straighten it out, thin it out a little bit. Seems to be thicker on this end, so just give it a little thin out. Go for the wrap again. Not too tight, but you've got to make sure when you put it in, it is firm. Now we have to drop it in from the top. So grab it, make sure your legs are out of the way, turn the coil the opposite direction that you did the wicking. So if you wrapped it left, turn the coil so you keep that. Let's take a little bit more off, not too much. It's a bit fat still. This one is a little bit tricky. It would be a lot less tricky if you have the right size screwdriver. Actually really helps. Almost in. Those legs are stopping me from pushing it all the way in. Just grab them, kind of get them out of the way, push that coil in. Leg is in the way, grab it, there we go. That's in. That is in. Get something just to put down the center. And I'm just going to roll it out. Make sure in the middle, if you use the right size screwdriver, this won't be a problem. But I've closed it too much. So we just want to open that mesh back up a little bit and just put in some tweezers and just open the tweezers. Need a little bit more on this side. Almost there. Just a little bit more on this side. Just putting in my tweezers and just opening them. Now that's about right. It's got a little bit of movement in there, but we're going to fix that. And make sure all the cotton is out of the way. We have a bit at the top here. You can either pluck it off or push it to the side. I'm just pushing it to the sides. I'm making sure that this is open. So open that mesh. I actually can't see it on this side because there's too much cotton in the way. Go. Now that we've opened that mesh back up, you'll actually find it's nice and taut now. I'm actually going to pluck a little from the top and just get a bit of juice. I should shake it first. Just put a little bit around that top, and that'll actually, you'll be able to sit it. So now I put some around the top, I can set that cotton just like that. There we go. As you can see on the inside, or if you can see on the inside, let's find where it will be. And you should be able to see it if I do it this way. Let's get some focus in there. That spacing is the same all the way down. It's pushing the cotton against the walls. You can move it, but it's still stiff. Like it takes I'm tapping on that and it's not moving. But if I grabbed it and pulled it, it'd definitely move out. See how when I put juice around there, really helped me able to manipulate it to where I wanted it to go to free up that airflow. So let's put a little bit more juice on the top. And manipulate that cotton out of the way, which is just grabbing the tool, just doing circles. Now this would have been easier if I had the right size tool. It would have been a lot quicker. So I'm going to have to find something that's perfect size. Probably best to use drill bit, the end of a drill bit. That's the right size. That's done in there. Now there will be two legs, obviously. One leg will be higher than the other. You want to put the grommet over one under the other. It actually got the grommet goes a certain way. You'll see it. It's got little tabs. See the little tab? There's one just here on the rubber and on the inside. They line up. So just make sure they line up. And you have your inside and your outside leg. You might need something to push that rubber back. There we go. And just rebend that leg a little bit. Now, there we are. Then sandwich that positive pin in there, push down. That'll seal up and tighten up everything. Now we've dropped that coil a tiny bit. As you can see, that leg's a bit longer, but I don't want to stuff with it in case we want to build it another time. So what you can do is just bend it out of the way as if it, so it doesn't hit that positive. Make sure it doesn't hit that positive. Now just check one more time. Get everything in there. It's nice there. It went together a little bit. There we go. Juice it up. Where did I put that tank? There. And my fingers are a bit juicy, but put it in. To put it in, it's just a press fit. Put it in, Alright, I'm going to fill this up, pause the video, go outside, have a vape, and show you how it goes. Alright guys, yeah, I've headed outside. I'm not allowed to vape inside, Mr. doesn't like it. Fair enough. Now, I'm running it on the fucking Vapor Storm, something or other. Can't remember what it's called. I'll do a review on this soon. I've got a lot to do. That's a coil I've done. So, I'm running at 70 watts. It's good as new. The juice I am vaping is one I've done a review on. It's Lime Spider by Custom Blend Juices. So I really recommend trying their stuff. I don't get paid or anything out of it to recommend this juice. I just love it a lot. He does it in 55 mils, which is the ones that I prefer. Rather than 60 mils, more room to add your nicotine, because I find a lot of the 60 mil stuff is that full that you have to take a little out anyway. This way you don't have to take any out, you just go for it. So check out Custom Blend Juices, and yeah, that's the end of this one. So having the right size screwdriver will definitely help a lot. But that was doing it with the tools I currently had. And doing it for the first time, mind you. I do rewicks of a lot of different coils. So I'm not too bad at it. So gave it a go. First time, showing you how I go about it. It worked quite well. Save a bit of money. Save a bit of coils in the landfill. Unless you put them in the recycling. But you have to take all the cotton out and stuff to put it in recycling. So, and the rubbers off. Because you can recycle the stainless steel. But save landfill. Save some cash. Let's review the Crown 4 with the mesh coil rebuild. Thanks guys.